Alright y'all, this is DC We the People News. Alright, I am doing this video without prejudice and or without recourse. Okay, I'm not waiving any of my rights. I want to keep them all. Alrighty, I'm not an attorney, so anything I say or do on here is just opinions. I'm not giving legal advice. If you must have legal advice, contact your attorney. Wink, wink, wink. Alright? This video is talking about, looks like a federal judge. Alright, it's a 5-minute video, so I didn't get the full text of it. It was just kind of a highlight thing. And, but this kind of highlights the problem we have with judges now. Alright? They don't know actually how to interpret the law on their own. They have to literally go by other people's opinion. President, laws. We all know that there is laws out there that's unconstitutional. We know that Supreme Courts have made wrong decisions in its past. Okay? Especially when it had to do with anything that had to do with bear arms without being infringed. But that's a dirty word in court, y'all. They do not know it. I got a video that defined the Second Amendment and broke it down. Check it out. It was a couple of videos ago. Alright? And have a listen to it. Okay. Subscribe. Push the like button. Push the 8 button. But anyway, let's go ahead and press forward on this. Alrighty, and listen very closely, y'all. This is what's wrong with our judges today.
All right. All right. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate that, and welcome to each of you. We appreciate that you are here and giving us your time, and appreciate your interest in service to our country. So thank you. Ms. Blinkatz, I want to come to you. I had noted a speech that you gave discussing late Justice Ginsburg. And you expressed support for the idea that judges should use their own, and I'm quoting you, living experience to interpret and apply law. So what I'd like to know is how you approach this. Do you think that judges interpret and apply the law as written and intended by Congress, or do they do it in view of their lived experiences? And would using that personal experience disrupt the continuity and equal justice under the law?
Thank you, Senator, for that question.
See, the true question should have been, would you oppose the federal Constitution and the state Constitution? Not what Congress came up with. If there is a case before Congress that they come up with, would you go by what the Founding Fathers has written?
I don't recall that speech. I remember doing a panel after a movie at an independent movie theater about the late Justice Ginsburg, but I'm happy to speak with you about my approach to the law and how I think judges should go about deciding cases. And it's my view that a judge should decide each case with humility, and you have to look at the record in that case, and you have to look at the law and the binding precedent, and that is what has to...
Look at each case, yes, understand that. The law, but make sure specifically by what the Constitution has given it. President, alright? These are past judges that made opinions or rulings, however you guys want to look at it. I call it opinions, only kings make rulings, but judges became kings now. But nowhere did she actually say anything about how the Constitution and the Founding Fathers has written it with their intent. It was other judges. That's what the president is. What other judges say. They don't have to think anymore. They're just going to go by what other judges say. So when they get up in there and they start doing all these judges, well, that's the president, so I'm going to go ahead and do this and do that because that's what other judges says, and that's all that needs to be said.
Guide your decision in a case, and you have to work with your colleagues to faithfully apply the law in each and every case.
Okay, let me ask you.
What about the Constitution? Again, the law can be contradictory against the Constitution. And matter of fact, a lot of laws are.
About your advocacy for groups, you frequently represented Everytown for gun safety.
Senator, I have been co-counsel for Everytown with Gun Safety with the support of the Ohio FOP.
Okay. Now, I know that they have opposed constitutional carry, and I'm sure you are aware.
You get that right. She's all for them, and she's an advocate and all that. So they didn't pass Constitution carry, wink, 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 right? But they still didn't pass it under that name. And she was one of the help in it. And we expect her to be honest.
That 25 states, including Tennessee, are constitutional carry states. And Tennessee, of course, is a part of the Sixth Circuit. So talk with me how you plan to divorce your personal views regarding gun control.
Oh, I love that. How do you plan on divorcing your personal views? A divorce. I do love that part, y'all. I don't know this lady from Adam or Eve, but it kind of seems like she's actually for gun rights.
From your work as a federal judge.
Senator, the United States Supreme Court is very clear about its precedents on the Second Amendment. The Heller...
Yeah, President. Remember, y'all, this was the Supreme Court's opinion, not the Constitution. Original intent.
Case, which the Supreme Court decided, said that there is an individual right to keep and bear arms, and the Supreme Court followed up.
Yeah. In your house. Okay? We're just not allowed to protect ourselves anywhere else but in our house. Okay? And the intent is to protect ourselves from these judges in Congress and Senate. To keep them from having too much power. But again, they became kings. And queens, apparently.
After that case with McDonald and explained that that right was fundamental and was incorporated against the state. The Sixth Circuit.
Okay, fundamental. That's a fundamental right. No, that is called natural rights. I have a right to protect my family and myself by any means necessary from any harm that will be brought upon me. There's nothing fundamental about that. That's just a natural right. Fundamental means permission, y'all.
It as well has precedent on the Second Amendment, and those are the precedents that would guide me if any case about...
This is the precedent that will guide me, right? She does not have to read the Second Amendment or have to investigate what the Founding Fathers' intent was. All she has to do is listen to somebody else's opinions. In this case, it'd be 9 other people opinions. This is what's wrong with courts today. Ask Direct D. They kept on screwing him in his courts on purpose. We're not allowed to break the laws, but the judges are allowed to break the laws because they got this sovereign immunity.
Gun regulation or the Second Amendment were to come before me if I'm fortunate to be confirmed.
Then let me ask you this. 2019, you did a presentation in Uruguay, and you suggested that the Second Amendment is not the force that is holding back gun control. Rather, you blamed politicians beholden to the NRA for stopping reasonable.
Okay, some of you guys are going to get mad at me. NRA bowed down to Congress. All right? I do not support them. They bowed down, and we lost rights and got permissions due to their help. So, I'm so twisted on this. It's unreal, because I was actually an NRA fan at one time, but when they did this and we got snookered and they bowed down, I don't support them anymore. I'd be darned if I want to ask permission.
Gun regulation. So let's approach it like this. What kind of gun regulation does the Second Amendment permit?
Senator, just to clarify about that presentation, I was giving a presentation to foreign law students in Uruguay who didn't really know much about the Second Amendment, and I was explaining Heller to them. They don't really know about U.S. politics, and I was just explaining that this is an area of debate in our country, something that they wouldn't know. If I am fortunate to be confirmed, whatever laws about gun regulations, if they were to come before me, if I'm confirmed, would have to be evaluated under the Heller decision, the McDonald decision, and the precedents that are in the Sixth Circuit.
Right there, she named off 3 different things that she don't have to think about. She's just going to go by somebody else's opinion. Period. And this is what all judges are doing nowadays, is going off of somebody else's opinions. Even the Ninth Circuit Court, that on this last armed debate from New York and all that kind of stuff, they went off somebody else's opinion. Right? This should have been just kind of wiped out clean anyway and said, nope, wait a minute. The Second Amendment says that shall not be infringed. What, New York, do you not comprehend about that? It's what the Supreme Court should have said. But no, they had to bow down to president, to other judges. Therefore, the Supreme Courts today still don't know how to think on their own. I think that's it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks, Senator Blackburn. Senator Padilla.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ms. Wilkatz, hello, good morning, welcome.
Okay. There it is, y'all. Again, I'm not giving legal advice. Alright? This is just my opinion. And I am not against government, by the way. I just wish government would be for we the people and not against us. Alright? I'm a firm believer that we do need some type of balance, but we do not need some type of control. That's what our founding fathers fought for. Period. The Supreme Court opinion says that it is not the cop's responsibility for your safety. And yet they're restricting us, infringing upon our rights, and say, you know, you're not responsible for your own safety either. So we, the people, are stuck in the middle with criminals on both sides, in law and bad guys. And we're defenseless. Bad guys get to carry guns. Government gets to carry guns. We, the people, don't get to carry guns. Just think about that, y'all. This is Diesel We the People News. Alright? I thought this was kind of interesting, and we need to start paying attention to our judges because they are acting in bad faith. All right. Till next time, y'all. Bye.